In tune, if you just joined us, this is TMI. Like I said, want to start with a discussion segment, today's installment of This Morning on ITV. And it's good for us to start from home. After all, there's no place like home. Coming down to Edo State, you've heard about the fight against kidnapping, cultism, any form of terrorism, both within and outside the state. The governor has vowed to squash it before he squashes us. For that reason, he said if you're connected one way or the other to cultism, kidnapping, you go to jail, and your building or the facilities connected to you at a particular point in time will be demolished. And keeping his promise, a series of houses have been demolished because they have this connection or connotation. Now, you're waiting for that to say if you're a landlord or a landlady, you should do all you can to know the kind of tenant you are renting your apartment to. Because if it is found out that a tenant is connected also to kidnapping, cultism, or any of the vices, that house will not be spared. Like a warning also to various landlords, whether you are here or in the diaspora, before you give it an apartment. It's not all about the money, 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 money. Know the person, know the tenant. It's better your house is empty than you harboring someone that is involved with cultism, kidnapping, or you just name it. Said that might not all go well for you or that particular building. And people have been reacting to it, both positively and, of course, negatively. Anyway, with me here in the studio, I have a one-time local government boss who wanted local government rights. Yes, join me to welcome Honorable Napoleon Agbama. It's a delight to have you join us this morning. It's been a while.
Good morning, Wilson.
Right.
Good morning, viewers.
Okay, now sitting very close to him, you get to hear put food on the table, you won't see or hear any of these things happening. But some are saying we have some food on the table. These same guys don't want to remove their hands from me. If they did, join me to welcome Okoro Saho Baraye. Welcome to TMI.
Yeah, thank you so much, Wilson. Good morning, viewers.
All right, so very close to me, he's an Islamic scholar. He is an academia, also, let's say in the academia, so to speak, a political analyst. Join me to welcome Al-Haji Ahmed Waike.
Good morning, Mr. Wixon. Thank you for having me. Good morning, viewers at home.
And join us virtually. Yeah, he said he couldn't make it to the studio for that reason. He's just one part of this discussion. Honorable Paul Ogido, it's a pleasure to have you join us this morning, Honorable.
Good morning, Mr. Wilson. Good morning, my co-panelists and the good people of Edo State.
All right. And of course, we have Andrew Nuefe, a lecturer, political affairs commentator, political analyst. Dr. Andrew, it's a pleasure to have you join us this morning.
Good morning, and thanks for having me.
All right, so we have a full house from now till 10. We are particularly talking about issues bordering on this particular discussion. I want to start off from the local government, ex-local government boss. Well, what do you feel about the stand of the governor and the onslaught against kidnappers, cultists, you just name it? Let's start off from there.
Thank you very much, Wilson. If I recall one of our programs here around 2019,
yes,
I do say that insecurity is something that every government must be serious over. And as at that time, I was a city council chairman. In fact, see what the present administration is doing. I see it as an administration or a person that prepared before coming to governance. Because Governor Okpeboro, before he became a senator, or before he even ventured into politics, has been helping the Edo Central. He was one of those who established the Atalakpa security outfit in the Edo Central, mobilizing them with vehicles, machine, and whatever, because knowing that the security threat at that time were not even as high as it is now. So he prepared for it. Coming into government, he now has the opportunity to do one thing or the other to make sure that, if not totally eradicated, it must be reduced. And I commend his efforts for whatever he's doing now. Otherwise, what we are still seeing now in terms of cultism or terrorism or whatever is a child play if we don't handle it well now. That's how I
Child's
look at
play.
it. Because as at the time I told you, 2019, many government, whether local or state or federal, they were not taking it so serious. But today they don't see that the thing has gone into all our fabric that everybody must have to be very, very serious.
All right. Thank you so much, Honorable Napoleon Obama. Let's move straight down to Koro Sanho Barai. Do you differ from his opinion about the governor's stance against courtesan kidnapping? You just name it.
Thank you so much, Lucy. I want to thank you especially for having me back here. I also want to thank my viewers. And truth be told, I think we now have a governor who don't look fearless facially, but his doings is caring and fearless. Truth be told. The reason is not far-fetched. The reason is because all of us pretend not to know that cultism has eaten deep into our fabrics in Edo, mostly in Edo. That if there's nobody in Edo, just the way we have anybody in Edo can possibly tell you he or she has a relative overseas. Same somebody in Edo will also tell you that he or she has lost somebody, either close or far, to the cultism issue. We see, I think you've not sat with them in the street when they will tell you that when the war is ongoing, you hear them calling 2442. You think it's a game for Baba Ijebu or a game for Naira Bet or for coupon. It is not, we see. They are counting humans who has been dropped in one way or the other, by one rivalry to the other. They count human beings as if they are counting numbers. So it goes to show that sometimes we sit down and look just to sit down because it has not gotten to you. If what the governor is here to do for these first 4 years is to tackle insecurity vis-a-vis courtism, I think it deserves an applaud. Because Edo people now took courtism as a way of either getting to the government or getting to somebody that has offended them. You say because so Wilson saw me, we say they beat me. And Wilson was wearing a blue cap. By so doing, because I was wearing black cap, Wilson wearing a blue cap, Wilson is already telling me I'm not good. And the person goes and mobilizes people, the next is to start searching for Wilson. Wilson might not be sitting there with Osaran Koba, who does not know anything concerning and pertaining what has happened to Wilson and Masha. And next is you hear they come and kill. And most times, people they kill are either friends or close ally, not even. For a case that that person does not know about. So if people just sit down, what they can do best is to move from street to street with guns to kill people, not armed, unarmed. I think there was a gory sight that happened a few weeks ago where a man was opening his office in the morning with his wife and children, and the guy was gunned down in their presence. I'm not sure those children can forget that scenario till they go to the grave. Because the father who took them in his vehicle to the point, somebody came and shot that person and killed that person. We say, think of it if that was your relative. Think of it if that was your friend. We also had one who also affected ITV and affected we mostly because of our closeness, who sat down during the Ember period, drinking with his friends at SEG, a security and safe place. And before he killed Jack Robinson, he was killed. Up to date, they've not told us the color it belonged to. So it might have also told you that maybe he was sitting with somebody who they were tracing, and on getting there because his face is popular, they'd gun him down. Then you tell me somebody is coming to fight this issue, and it's not destroying your house, you are crying. Human being that you people be killing or supporting to kill does not have value. So if what the government is to do is to help us take 10-story building down to stop courtesan, we say welcome development. All because right. Sometimes we see it is not we say things because of politics, because it has not affected you. If that man that died that day house was just destroyed, maybe erosion took it or government seized it and is alive, that man has the hope of building another one. If my good friend McIver, who they shot at Airport Road a few days ago, who came to say, okay, had one of the best car wash in Benin, give you unprecedented attendance whenever you are there. If that his business was seized just because of, let's say, one will allow the other, and it's allowed today, him that I know will open another house that he just opened the office. So you can see that these people don't think of the pain they are going to cause or inflict to people. But when you near them to say you want to destroy their houses, you start hearing because I know their party, because they don't do this. But when you give
we will come to that. We'll come to that aspect. All right. So now, what do you feel about this Alhaji Abediwake?
Firstly, I will want to say that the gentle look of a tiger does not mean it's timid. So with that, I want to give kudos to Governor Senator Monday Okpewolo, because in fact, for the first time, he has surprised me, honestly speaking, for the very fight that he has started. In fact, I was so amazed when I saw what was going on the television and the fight for against this courtesan. I was like, wow, so you mean we can have somebody who can have this very bold step to actually tackle this very menace? In fact, what the two speakers, the last two speakers have said, they are all intact. Kudos, kudos, kudos again to the governor for what he is doing regarding this very courtesan issue. What is bringing development is when everybody is secured, development will strive. Do you know how many Edolites who decide not to invest in Edo State? When you start hearing some of them in Lagos, as you are saying, some of the big wings in Lagos, some of them they are indigenous of this very land. But they choose to carry their investment down to Lagos or Abuja because of the fact that when they bring their investment here, the investment may not strive because of this menace of courtesan that we're talking about. When you mention courtesan in Nigeria, there is hardly, before you remove Edo State, before you count 1 or 2 states, that you will not mention Edo State when it comes to courtesan. So this menace have eaten too deep into our culture. So in fact, the very fact that this governor have started is in fact, if there's anything like more than 100% welcome development, in fact, we need to applaud the governor by supporting 100% in this very fight. They should leave no stone untouched. Let the governor continue this very strive in ensuring that we eradicate courtesan. Courtesan is just an association ordinarily, but the way it has now turned to in Edo State, it has now turned to, you know, like as if it's a military warfare. Or there is just an association where you share common ideas on how to move. That's why they call it fraternity. You know, where you fraternize together, share ideas together, and in brotherhood to move forward. That is just a simple thing. Your progressive association or whatever is the same thing. But the way the level they now add evil to it, now make it a very dreaded thing that at the end of the day, you don't join court, you don't join court. Ordinarily, it's just an association, nothing more. But because of the devilish acts that is now added, you now make narcotics or narcotics, everybody's running away. It's not supposed to be so. If you go and check, the aims and objectives of the founding fathers of these fraternities that you are seeing, you see that they've deviated, long ago from the aims and objectives. Now making it look as if now if you are not a courtist, in fact you are labeled, one side. Ordinarily, it ought not to be so. So 100% I am in support of the governor. The governor should continue in this very strive, because when I was a student in Abu Sali, we were a member of the Anti-Court Crusade Organization of Nigeria that fought, this same menace, courtesan, at that level when we were there. If I tell somebody that I grew up in Upper Sakomba, born bred, grew up there, and I was a graduate from Abu Sali University from the period of 2001, 2006, then I'm not a member of any court group. People will be surprised and say, wow, are you sure? Are you sure? So, in fact, you must not say, it's because of the environment you are living in or because of the university you went to. No, all these are not excuses for you to join, because we knew right from time that the way they have made it to become a barbaric thing. So, because of that, we don't just want to that does not mean we are not strong or we are weakling. You understand? We even took the bold step there to be a member of the anti-court, to fight against this courtesan. Not that we are weakling, but we know that these things that you people are not doing, it's no longer having academic bearing any longer. All right. So the governor, in fact, we are in 100%. I want to say a very big thank you to you. Please continue this drive. Don't stop and don't allow it to be one-sided. They should be.
We are coming to that. We have just calm down. We are coming to that. Let's move straight down to where Honorable Paul Ugido is. Well, three of them in the street are saying, yes, kudos to the governor for maintaining and, of course, sustaining the fight against cultism and kidnapping. Now, let's take a look at the method whereby a house is earmarked. Okay, so we're having some technical issues. Okay, let's see if Andrew is there. Now, let's get straight down to Andrew right now. Well, Dr. Angela, what do you feel about the method? Some are saying you demolition houses is like going too far. You marking structures or demolition is like going too far. It's like a part of a university, maybe there's like court activities that happen in the part of the university. Will it be right for the governor of the day or the government of the day to demolish all schools because of one particular sector of that particular building that is involved in cultism?
Okay, thank you very much once again for having me. I'm very glad to hear the commentaries from the studio, and I wish I was there so I could look at the face of Alahaji and the chairman, former chairman, and ask them, if they now believe me when I told them during the campaign season that Bebolo, will come and do certain things that people ordinarily would not think that he would do, and that the man is actually ready to, help develop Edo State. And of course, we can see, where he has started from, and how he's vigorously pursuing certain things. Now, to your question, Niccolo Machiavelli, the great philosopher, once said that the end justifies the means. What he meant by that was that however you attain the end, it is not the issue as far as the end, is the end is attained. Now, what is the means here? The means that we are trying, or what is the end? Let me start from the end. The end here will be peace. How to attain peace, how our people can live, a life, of without fear, how development can come to Edo State, how investors will stop running away from here because of cultism. And the means would be the method through which we are using now to achieve the end. And as far as I'm concerned, Edo State Governor, Senator Monday Okpebholo, has not acted out of place. There is a law that has prohibited cultism in Edo State. That same law, has prescribed certain punishment, for those who have decided to become kidnappers, for those who have decided to use their groups to constitute nuisance to our people, for those who have decided to use their groups to as a means of unleashing terror on our people. If you see what is going on, you will be so dismayed, you will be so shocked as to how people can be brutal, as to how people can be heartless, as to how people can even decide to take the life of another, a life that you did not create. Before the coming of Senator Okpebholo, you will see, the spate of killings, that went on unabated in Edo State. And to the extent that even the governor became helpless at a point, the SY governor, former governor Obaseki, became helpless at a point. It was as though he didn't know how to go about it. You invite court leaders to a meeting and they'll be dictating to you, telling you what you should do and what you should not do, a governor for that matter. And so Okpebholo is a governor that knows his onions, is a governor that knows himself. And the man has said, listen, I am here to maintain peace, to ensure that peace is maintained. And however I'm going to do that is not the issue. In fact, the issue here is even the law. The law prescribes that once your building is used for criminal activities, for nocturnal meetings that, we cascade or we dovetail into, terror, insecurity for our people, that building will be demolished. It is not today that the House of Assembly passed that law. It is not today. The law has been there. It's just that it wasn't given bite by previous administrations. And now the Bebolo only came and strengthened it. And not only said we'll demolish, that you also face the full weight of the law. In fact, the people are just looking at the demolition aspect of the law. You are not even looking at the aspect that you will be jailed. That your building is only demolished, that is just one aspect of it. Once your building is demolished, you will also face the music. You face the full weight of the law. And so those who are saying that Senator Monday Okpebholo has the method, there is nothing wrong with the method. In fact, the method is as prescribed by law. And if you know that you do not want your building to be demolished, don't offer it for cultists to use as a meeting point. Don't offer it for kidnappers to use, in keeping their people, in keeping hostages from where they will collect ransom. Scrutinize the kind of tenants you keep in your house. Scrutinize the kind of people that come into your hotel premises. I mean, those state is for us all, and it's not for a certain people. Where you now have people who are like Alaji actually said just now, that when you hear cultists, people are dreaded. It's not supposed to be so. People who are cultists, are not supposed to be feared. They're not supposed to be dreaded, because it's supposed to be an association of people of like minds who share ideas on how to move forward. But what you have today is now a situation where you have people who come together to start thinking of how to kill each other, start thinking of how to create unrest, how to create insecurity in the land. I mean, it is time Edo people actually sit down to start rediscovering themselves. It is time for Edo youths to come together and look at each other and say, listen, what we are doing now is not supposed to be. Let us sit down and think of how to, bring peace to our people. Because the families that have died, they are children of people. The people that have died, they are children of people too. Their fathers, their mothers. Look at the one that was killed in Airport Road, the one,
Come back to you. We'll come back to you. We'll come back to you. Right now, I want to go for a break. When we return, we'll continue with this discussion. Don't go away. Thank you so much for staying tuned. If you just joined us, this is TMI. We're taking a look at the governor's stance against cultism and kidnapping, counting the cause. And I have seasoned analysts with me here in the studio to throw more light on what they think about what the governor of Edo State, Senator Mondo Okpebholo, is doing. Well, Honorable Napoleon, let's take a look at the method. Some are saying this like a ploy to witch hunt opposition. They gave good reasons for that, saying that sometimes investigations are not properly carried out. Once they get to hear that the building belongs to, is connected to a member of the opposition, without proper investigation, they just earmark that particular structure or edifice, so to speak, for demolition. What do you feel about this concept or accusation?
Thank you very much, Winston. I think today there is nothing a sitting government, whether in the local government, state or federal, we do. Even people know that it is a correct action, that they will not add political angle to it. That you see, we are three here, plus our brother that has spoken from outside. And you yourself as a journalist, you have been interviewing people outside. They are happy that the first time we are now having somebody that have that courage to tackle this problem of cultism. But before now, we just hear almost every month or 2 months, they are out to Uselu is killing, Passacoba is hot, the other side is hot, everywhere is hot, they are killing people. But that will now cease. Any person that is saying is a political something or whatever, I believe those are probably the godfather, the people they are even looking for to destroy, to kill because of this problem of cultism. If not, even the house that we are even a man called already demolished or a man for demolition, ordinary children on the streets know that those places are actually guilty of the offense. Not to talk of, before the government start doing it, there is already an evidence on ground. Just take an example from, I watch it in your station, from the man that they demolished his house, that was saying, yes, even I was the one that reported to the police. I was the one that reported to the police. My son killed a woman in boys' quarter, this, whatever. You know your son is a criminal, is a cultist or is a ritualist. Why do you not report your son before that act?
But still, the man reported and his house was demolished.
Yes, because
it's a crime number one.
Because the law is already there. That the law is already there that any building, any house that we have found where those things are done must be demolished. So whatever the governor is doing now, he's not doing that outside the law. He's doing it within the habit of the law. The law passed by the House of Assembly as assigned by the governor, that it must be done. Otherwise, without the sanitary into this area, like I earlier said, what we are seeing is a child play to what we'll be seeing in 4 or 5 years' time. Because we have to cut it short at this period now that we can do it. If you escalate more than this and we cannot do it again, everybody is at the mercy of God. Like one of my colleagues said just now, there is no house today or family today you don't have 1 or 2 elements of this people perpetrating this act. You see how you put it just now, that you hardly see a family without 1 or 2 persons abroad. The same thing with this courtesy. If we don't name it this period, it will be difficult. And that is where I commend Okpewo. And if you really believe on reincarnation, because I heard from one of the chiefs that when Obaewari was here as the first Obaewari, somebody, Pakomisa, came from the Ishan to help the Oba to make sure that there is sanitary in the land. And today there is second Obaewari. Another second Akpakomisa has just come.
So bringing in tradition into the song. I believe he's going to.
I believe God is with him. He's going to perform.
All right. Now, like what he rightly said, the man was like, but I was the one that reported. I was the one that discovered the crime, despite the fact that that person was his son. He was the one that rushed to the police and said, look, this is what is happening. Please come investigate. And his house was brought down. Do you think this will encourage people to report any situation in their houses?
You see, that man is a weakling. That man is not supposed to be called a father.
Why would you say so?
It's simple. I'm also a father. If I sit here and start complaining that my son, I be tell him, now I make a go keep person, I can go call police. It goes to show I failed when the child was small. The man did not fail as before he killed. That man failed about 20 years ago when that child was still at home. They no beat am right there. They no small pikin, no one killer, no small pikin. The child say you not go to school. Hey, you know say no one go to school, sit down. Molding the child to become. Listen, don't let us shy away from the truth. I know you and you know me. I don't. If somebody tells me Wilson now use knife cut person, I will say it's a lie. Because the blood there is scary. For a child to have done it, this might not even be the first one he did.
He did.
That type of father will say, let's, the police arrest my pikin now, and I don't get another pikin. I beg. It's all in our environment. When you see a child, you will come and visit a child, a small child. You tell your uncle, are you mad? The mother will tell you, no man, now, that's why they cost person. You call the mother, no, no, but I go take biscuits. In the father's present, being pampered. That child tomorrow will go to school or become a cultist. I also come home. Hey, I beg you, I not tell people, and my PKO, I not get another one. No. You are now molding a defiant, a monster of the society. When now, I took it to the psychiatric, I took it to this one, he has no problem. You, the father, don't have a brain problem. Lion gives birth to a lion. Goat gives birth to goat.
Exactly.
You don't expect me to tell you that I'm sitting here, my son, he can't dare it. He can't. I'm not asking you, I'm telling you, he can't dare it. If I look at him, that's it. Look at him like this and take away my face. You already know that day I spoke. Until my father passed away, I was scared. Even in his dying days, I was scared for him not to move. Because if he moves, maybe I'm finished. He was weak, I know. But I know that this man that I know, if he's angry, he's finished. So as he's weak, comport yourself by his side. So it didn't start it when I'm now like this. Somebody molded me. Did you think I saw people? I went to Abuja University when it was worse off. People will tell you, I come and people like Una, we don't need more. I can't talk. I will tell them, I should come and join you. My mother will kill me. Not even here. People will not kill me. It's my mother that will kill me. My late elder sister, Adesuwa Obake, was just 5 years, few days ago when she passed away. I saw recipes. I mistakenly and jokingly, when I just entered the university, abused her. That day in the place, my mom was cooking. I thought everybody was. She dropped that food, left to Nubini police station, came with police to come and arrest me. I'm the only son of my mom. I don't have a brother of same mom. It goes to tell you, a woman, if you had allowed that first time, maybe I will not be scared to greet somebody. My father does not allow me to stand to greet anybody. You must bow. He didn't tell me I should be doing it. I noticed that if I do it, so I know what you do it. So it was being molded. That man failed before. So even if his house is being destroyed, he should know that he was the one building a house that will be destroyed. If the foundation of that child was solid, it is better not to have a child than to have a dirty bastard child. Must everybody have children? Must you have, now your child has given you a pain that you will pay before you go to the grave. You are saying that, what of the girl, the kid?
The parents.
The parents, the relative of that, must you just say it to your own? They destroyed the house. They destroyed the house. What of the blood you saw in that place? The blood and the house, which are you comparing? So don't only say things because it hasn't affected you. We must be. You don't know it. I'm telling you, that girl might. I don't know her. Might be the breadwinner
of the family.
Yes, you can't say.
All right.
Makava was breadwinner in his family. The other guy that the deputy governor went to visit the family that day, breadwinner of it, who is going to continue from that place? ITV, you showed it now, we might not show it again.
But the family continues.
The family continues. Then when they go to destroy us, LTC that is politicized, LTC that, but when you both sit down to map out to say, also how they go ITV, it will close by 10.
Yes.
When I go to her for Oselu, if I miss her for Oselu, I don't miss her for 10 Joshua. When you are planning it,
that's the only route.
when you are planning it, you don't know that there's something will be before you. You are a good planner. When government now plan to say, these people when they plan now we see how they stay for Oselu. See that they do stay for Wisi has a move. Let's go and destroy it. Do you think government can come to ITV to say they want to come and seal up ITV without ITV doing something wrong?
Without information.
I'm asking you, not human being.
All right.
Government.
I'll go back to you.
After God is government. Government cannot come and say, we see you are a bad person without a security
report. I'll come back to you. But someone say no matter how you want to paint it, there's a touch of politics in all of this. That's what someone's saying right now. That you are targeting our members. You don't want to give cause for, you know, how would they put it now, due process. You just mark and you want to take it out. Ahmed.
Mr. Wixon, even before inviting us to this studio today, there was politics involved. Because you have so many analysts that you usually invite. But for you to have pre-point Mr. Koro, pre-point Honorable Napomio, okay, Ahmed, and is politics involved. Generally, life generally is politics. But we should no longer say because of politics, we should leave issues that needed to be attended to. My brother, see, United States, Nigeria, they are both on the same earth. United States is not in the sky. It's on the same earth created by God. The difference between there and here is because laws are working to some extent. Laws are not working here. You know, Nigeria is even more far better than some European countries. But because the laws are not working here, that's the same reason why you see here is not being productive. Now, if this menace of cultism and insecurity is tackled, Wixon, I bet you honestly, some persons who already have the plan of Jagba will no longer take to Jagba again. Because even the 2 acres your father left for you in the village, you can make good use of that 2 acres and you will be feeding your family. My mother farmed to take care of us when I became an orphan at the age of 8. I'm the first son. She relocated from the city down to the village. She farmed to take good care of us. Then, but now, as I speak, if it were to be this period, my daddy died as at that time, my mom cannot relocate to the village again because the village now is now becoming, you know, another, you know, death traps again. So what I'm saying is we should keep politics aside. We should focus on the need, on the right thing. Cultism, the way those people have taken it to a very dreaded level, they should also sit back again, the same elders, leaders of the same cult group, or I don't want to use the word most of them use for their leaders here, so as not come as, okay, you are talking about this particular, you know, group. They should all sit that, gentlemen, when we founded this organization, this was not our aims and objective. Come back to the aim and objective which this organization of fraternity were being founded upon. And you see, my brother, if they go back, you will discover that even you will love to even say you want to become a part and parcel of. So go and read their constitution. You will be amazed that these people have constitution. These stupid things that they are doing is not part of their constitution. You will not see it inside there.
This killing or whatever you are seeing is not there. Go ask Oshoyinka when he started, the Sea Dog movement, and ask him why he came up with the Sea Dog movement before he started breaking out to the Buccaneer like that, down to the New Black movement and all. You will now discover that what is now going on right now is far different. Those days, even before you recruit anybody into this group, you must be an intellectual sound mind. You must be of the tertiary university class, and not just tertiary. They must see you that your GPA should be of the first class, second class, upper, not even the third class. Before they will recruit you before they will even initiate you into the fraternity. But now it has turned to, I don't want to use the word.
Artisans.
Boys who cannot even spell their names, can't even speak good English. You are recruiting them into it. Why would they bring menace for you? Menace will surely come. Somebody that cannot articulate, somebody that cannot think, then you will recruit him into it. All you just need to do is just to give him one cut to say, naka, go. Because he cannot think, because he does not have the mental capability. So the elders, they should come and take over and say, okay, let's reduce this menace and bring this. So issue of politics should be said. As far as me I'm concerned, I don't know anything about APC or PDP. I am the same person sometimes that will come here and say this governor is not doing. But as for this matter, this governor deserves, in fact, if I can buy him coke, you can usually drink coke, you can buy the governor coke, because he's doing extremely well. As far as this matter is concerned, I want the door to be peaceful, so that by 11 p.m. in the night, I can drive to my house. Yes. Even by 2 a.m., I can decide to leave my house and say, let me go to somewhere else, without being scared. You know, as you see, when my friend's wife was about giving birth, that around 3 a.m., he was even scared if I can drive from my house to come and pick him. But I told him, don't worry, I'm not a member of any confraternity, so I will come. That's the word. If I was a member of any group, Ross, fear not let me come up from my house, say I want to go try that kind of thing. So please clean up this courtesan menace and the insecurity in our farmlands. And by so if there's only these two agendas, we don't need too many agendas. Just focus on these two agendas. Edo will become a safe haven for us to live in.
All right, let's move straight down to Honorable Paul Ogidobin to establish contact with him. Let's get to hear his own aspect of this particular fight against cultism and kidnapping, counting the cost. Honorable Paul, are you there?
I'm here. Thank you, Mr. Wilson. And,
so what do you feel about this fight? And of course, some people say that it's politicized.
Sorry, I was out of here. My take on this is that it's a good thing that the governor is doing this, trying to eradicate cultism and bring insecurity down to the barest minimum in Edo State. But however, I have my own reservation. My reservation and take on this is that the demolition of houses shouldn't be in a hurry. It shouldn't be done in a hurry. Are there proper investigations and confirmation that this really happened? Because if proper investigations are not made and conclusions made before demolishing houses, you might be surprised that this might become another way of witch hunting the enemy, the perceived enemy, political enemies in the state. The fact is, we are short of houses. Housing is a major problem in Nigeria and in Edo State. Edo State is not an exemption. Instead of demolishing those houses, government can do some other things with those properties. Yes, my own suggestion is not to destroy. We cannot continue to destroy. And once we destroy, we may destroy in error if proper investigations are not made. But if confirmations are made that, yes, this really happened and such property is taken down, I think it's a good development as to serving as deterrent to others who may want to be careless to allow their properties to be used for this purpose. That is for that. Again, I want to say that the same zeal that is being used in trying to curb this cultism and these related vices, let it also be used in taking care of I don't know the right words to use now, because we know them as Fulani herdsmen, but maybe I have to say bad headsmen, because there are good headsmen.
You can use the word, killer headsmen. I wouldn't want us to, ascribe this particular aspect of crime to a particular tribe, okay? All right, please continue.
The governor should also deploy this same force to tackle the insecurity and the menace of these killer herdsmen that have brought hunger and starvation to our people in Edo State. Because as we speak, a lot of communities are not able to go to the farms anymore. We are still in the farming season. A lot of people have prepared their farm to go plant, but they cannot enter there anymore. It's all around Edo State. I want to suggest to the governor, as it is today, is the governor of Edo State today. I want to beg him, I want to beg those who are with him that they should deploy this same force to go tackle the insecurity that is going on in the forests and farming zones of Edo State, because our people are dying. They are dying in hunger, they are dying in starvation. There is no money anywhere, especially the rural community. They are hungry. That is where the food that comes to the city was supposed to come from. But there is no cultivation going on right now. People have resorted to farming on little gardens behind their house, which is not even safe from this killer herdsmen. Not to talk of going into the forest to go and farm. A lot of our farmers have been killed. A lot of our women have been raped and killed in the bushes. Even the youth that's supposed to embrace agriculture now, they are not able to go. And I'm surprised that budgets keep rolling out, appropriation for agriculture. You are giving people seedlings, you are giving people money to go farm. But where they want to farm, they are not secure. Their lives are not secured. Their crops are not secured. So where do we go from here? My earnest suggestion, why not condemning the demolition of those houses totally? But I want to say that that law can be looked into again. We have the privilege to look into those laws again and say, instead of demolishing these houses, why not begin to confiscate these houses and transform it into something, into another use? Because a lot of people are destitute in our state. I think that would be a welcome development, and people should not use this as a way of witch hunting the perceived political enemies. That is my take on that.
Thank you so much. I will come back to you, Honorable Paul Ogido. Well, you've heard his own opinion. Let's move straight down to Dr. Andrew that is standing by. You've heard Honorable Paul Ogido. He said, look, proper investigation should be made, and of course the same energy channeled towards bringing down of houses of cultism or related vices to be channeled also into our various communities to fish out these killer headsmen terrorizing our communities. What do you have to say about that, Dr. Andrew?
Okay, first off, let me warn that this discussion is too germane, it's too important for us to reduce it to mere political talk. We are talking of the lives of our people. We are talking of the people who have been killed, taken in their prime. And like Koro Obaraye said, you think the government will just move into one hotel or into one premises to say we want to destroy it or want to demolish it in line with the provisions of the anti-kidnapping and cultism law without due diligence? What do you think government is? Or you think government will move and say we want to confiscate a property without intelligence report? Do you know the amount of killings that have happened? Do you know the people that have died? We are talking of people who in their prime, people who are breadwinners in their family. Let's not reduce this thing to politics. In fact, each time I hear it, I get really worked up. We're talking of even the people that are talking now. Are you telling me they have not been affected one way or the other? I lost a cousin about 8 years ago to this court thing. I mean, let us not reduce this thing to a mere political talk. When you are even talking of killer heads, that's another issue entirely. There's no relationship between the war on cultism and the war on headsmen. They are two different things. The killer headsmen issue, we all know that for you to even fight that one, there must be a component of the federal government. As the state government do not have total monopoly of the security, of the federal security forces, the police and the army. And so before you even talk of fighting the killer headsmen,
Please continue. We can hear what you're saying.
which is state police. You know, if state police is approved by for the state government, then the state government cannot take charge fully of the security in their state. But until that is done, they cannot. But this courtesan fight is well within the powers of the state government to fight, and that's why you are seeing the vigor, you are seeing the energy, you are seeing the strength with which the governor is fighting cultism in our land. Cultism has become a menace. It has become a cankerworm that has eaten deep into the lives of our youth. Our youth, as we speak now, you know, are no longer themselves. Have you seen, have you gone around to even take stock of how the youths are actually faring? Many of our youths are becoming drug addicts. Many of them are no longer themselves because of this same cultism issue. Okay, what will Honorable Guido do in a situation where a house, the one you are showing on your screen now, was used as a base for ritual killing? Private parts are sensitive organs removed for ritual purposes. Is she not a child? Is she not a member of a family? Can't you see the blood there? And the governor has even said, once we demolish your property, it will not just be demolished, it will be used as a base. We are going to build police station. I think you saw it there too. Now you are going to cover any of those property that has been destroyed, will become a police station, be built, will be used as a base for police station. It's not just that they are demolishing it, that they are leaving it like that. That land, the CFO will be revoked, and the police station will be sited there. So the governor, as far as I'm concerned, has done nothing wrong, because all that the governor has done is in line with the provisions of the anti-kidnapping law. And if you are a political leader, let me also add this. If you are a political leader, you must not be seen to also be allowing the usage of your property for nocturnal activities, for cult activities. Don't say because you are in PDP or you are in APC, because it's not. We don't want to reduce it to any political party, because this thing, as far as I'm concerned, it spreads beyond one political party. But if you are a leader of a political party and you are in the opposition, you should also know that you have the responsibility to, join the government in safeguarding the lives and property of our people. Whether you like it or not, it's the turn of another person today. It may be your turn tomorrow. Whether you think you are immune from this thing, nobody is immune at all. So if you are a political leader and you belong to an opposition political party, for you to stay out of trouble, for you to not to have any form of problem with the government, you must not also allow your property to be used by elements of anti-progressive elements. But from the day you begin to offer your hotel and you begin to offer your property for usage by cultists and kidnappers, then anything the government does, you take it. But to say that Monday Okpebolo is trying to fight political enemies,
thank you so much. You've made your point. Okay, so we're going to use 1 minute each to conclude this discussion segment before we go on a break to talk about other issues bothering our country. You are our next local government boss, right? And of course, in 2019, you talked about the same issue. I remember one Sunday morning you were here, you say you were going to investigate 1 or 2 issues pertaining to security challenges. I remember clearly it was on a Sunday morning. Now that this fight is on, Ogido talked about killer headsmen in our bushes, that the same should be extended to a particular area. But Dr. Andrew said he just can't take it all because he had this local federal government, how would I put it now, bite in it. But I don't think that if the governor should put the same effort in tackling cultism, kidnapping, and go to our forests, it would be better for everybody. In conclusion.
Thank you very much, Wilson. I think the government is not out of what you have just said. The government is handling cultism and whatever. Is at the same time handling the issue of killer henchmen. Unfortunately, the destruction of properties of those who are using their base for cultism and whatever, that is why the MI is looking at it that government is only facing cultism and kidnapping or whatever. But for those who are killer henchmen, remember, these are activities that are taking place either in the forest or, yes, in Ablet or all those things. It's not within a building. And that is why it's taking that the government is not taking action in those areas. I can assure you that today, governor is already having more than 3,000 personnel, which are local vigilantes, that are working seriously with the security agencies across the local government. I can take example from our local government. Area of Goneki, Uwe, and the all area that before now, about 2-3 months ago, they cannot go to farm. Today now, I think it's relatively peaceful because the government is taking action in those areas. And the same thing in those Asian area where those things are very happening, the kidnapping and whatever. The man is taking action in collaboration with every community, with their vigilante and the security agencies. Oh, those is very difficult because of the bush that they are involving. Unlike issue of cultism, which are being done in buildings and whatever. So my own is to only just to commend the governor to whatever people are saying, whether it's politically motivated, he shouldn't listen. All right. What he's doing, the ordinary people in the street, the people that he's supposed to protect are all happy.
Thank
and
you.
They are praying for him.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Honorable Napoleon Agbama. Well, Okoro, so briefly, in conclusion, what would be your advice?
On which advice for?
Yeah, for the government, the way it's carrying out the fight against cultism and kidnapping, should it not extend the same energy? But for what Honorable said, they said they extend the same energy also in the fight against killer headsmen. Even Boris me correctly, he went to ASA and he made a proclamation saying that if anyone is found wanted, because he called the Arewa community, is going to be death by hanging. I remember that report. So please, what advice do you have?
Thank you, Whitney. You feel our prayer daily when we wake up is for God to give us our daily bread and make sure our going out and coming in is blessed. So when something tampers it is painful. So my prayer is that whosoever think the government is playing politics with this, may God also play politics with that person's life.
You've got to be kidding me.
No,
Seriously?
No. Listen, you know why? Until something happens to you, listen.
Yeah.
You don't really know it's painful.
It's painful.
That is why whenever I see somebody saying you are playing politics with somebody's life, it's painful. What this governor have done, you know, I keep telling you, since this governor came, the war of cultism on its own has reduced drastically, unknowingly to you, because we are on the street. Before this time, they count 40-something, 30-something. Before this time. This time that it happened, they thought the governor was joking. It happened when the governor started. The governor had a meeting with them and said, not that I know it does not happen, it has happened, but please don't let it happen again. And within 24 hours, there was a killing at Ogege or Saperodasis. Immediately the governor called, who killed? This one, the next one, the night. And the security report came that this was the people that killed. And said, okay, this person should be arrested. In that process, they knelt that crying to beg that it will not happen again. You know, if you don't hear issues, you just think, oh, guy, no, will happen again. We promise you that. We will talk to our boys. We will talk to our boys. And they left. And this one started. There was no need the governor to call you people again because people are promised it will not happen again. Now, let me now use that law because the governor didn't just start this issue. There was a time they made like this when we are sitting. This thing don't spoil, no good. I beg, I don't want to. Let's do this. Okay, out. The people already know they missed it when they started adding those that will say, tell Joshua, don't get that into the system. Somebody that is not schooled. If you also now go to areas like Omouyi, Arosa, Oza, where they sell drugs, 80% of the people taking it are either in one court or the other. And when they want to start this process, they go to those people. Those people are the ones they call their hitmen. And before they leave, they don't drink water. Their brain is turned. Sometimes on picture, to say this is the person, it belongs. Nobody can come to ITV and point out which it belongs to a court. Somebody in ITV will tell them, I don't know, we say you get one bar when they call Great Town. So it be like say they are a white group that day. Now buy you close friend, nobody in a white man. So Wilson might be white man because of their closeness. This is Wilson's picture. they give it to somebody that lives in Sapaba Road. That person comes to ITV gate here, and the person will say, he did near where they park that blue motor, and the person leaves. We see, you might just be lucky to walk away to ease yourself and leave this cameraman standing by that place. And the person maybe last saw that picture to say, look, the memory is wiped off. Or coming there, that last point to say, he's standing by that place, goes like, whoa! That's the end, and leaves. When they confirm that, they go there again to say about that, boy, you saw one when the guy was still rolling on the floor, and they went and went on his head. We see, it's a gory state. It's so painful. As we speak, I have brothers who have good business outside the state. They are born here. That is, they love coming here. But on hearing this, that is the end of Captain Mafia. They've left, not to come again. Carry Benin, go. It doesn't happen in Lagos. Peace in Lagos, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, we are still outside, sitting down, drinking, enjoying ourselves. In Edo, you can't trash us when the town is wet.
Thank you.
So, we see, the government should not listen. It should not listen. Definitely people will come. Let me tell you the why sometimes it's good to quickly destroy the house. I don't support house destruction, but also listen. We are politicians. If a is a local government chairman now, and my house was used in doing something, if a part don't destroy it almost immediately and leaves it in 48 hours, that's the end. The part can destroy it again.
Yes. Many influence will come.
I will not talk to a part. Go and meet a part son, a part first son, who is like my son too, and tell him, don't let Papa destroy my household. I also go and meet a part squad. Nobody that does not have anybody that he listens to.
Yes.
If a part does not do it immediately that day, and he leaves and go back home, that is the end. We quickly resolve it. I'll go back to say, and if a part sees me, how about why you go do this kind of thing now? There's a law, a part, kill me, kill the law now. Kill me, kill the law. Please. He's a human being. Blood flows in his vein. And he's a politician.
He might change his mind.
Not in mind.
He will.
The probability is 80%. So if he goes and destroys it, the only thing will not tell me, next I don't do it. He has done it, he has done it. Quickly. So as a politician, sometimes seizing a property, if a person my property today, and I now work with that government that comes tomorrow, I will tell you the only thing I need, don't do anything for me. Revoke that CFO and give it to me back.
Thank you.
So sometimes when you take some action, don't feel the pain. Just look at what is going to cure. Somebody that has been able to fight cultism, God will also lead that person to fight the other one.
Thank you.
The other one kidnaps you for money. Cultists don't kidnap you for money. They just carry you, kill you immediately. If they were also doing kidnapping, would have been begging. These people too, though they are not good, they are not supportive. It's true. But which are we going to keep first? This one that we know.
All right, thank you.
The Fulani, you might not know them. But this one, I can tell you, this one, see what it be. This one, see what it be.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Comrade Okoro. But when I met quickly, we're pressed for time.
The governor should please continue the fight of kidnapping, cultism, and also extend it to that of the killer headsmen. Because to me, as we are already wiping the menace of this cultism, the killer may remain the next thing, because in Edo state, they usually regard Edo to be a civil servant state. Now, with the small change we are collecting in civil service is no longer helping issues again. Most of the civil servants have resolved into farming as a backup. So now, it should please help us to sanitize our forest for us, so that we'll be able to go back to farming, so that when we are getting our cassava, our plantain, and our yam and our vegetables from the farm, then the small salary that we are receiving as stipend from the civil service will now complement together. We'll be living a healthy life. Right. So I support him in totality. He should continue. He should forget about the noise. He should just focus. Everybody should clear their hands. I cannot use that English. They say either need to come to justice, need to come with
clean hands.
Yeah. So whichever way, if you know you are a leader of this group before, talk to your boys to stop all these issues and let's focus. People are running away from Edo for crying out loud. Edo is our own. I don't have any other state. No matter how I become a successful person in Rivers State, wherever I say, Edo is still my root. The day I want to contest for governor in Rivers State, even if I have empire there, that is the day they will remind me, okay,
that you're from Edo State.
You are not from back to where you come from. So Edo still remain your own. So let Edo be clean so that people will come and invest. Governor, please continue, but focus on more intelligence report and let intelligence report be well filtered so that at the end of the day, you will not go and demolish houses that are not supposed to be demolished. Thank you.
Well, Honorable Paul, are you there? Or what's your advice? You've heard all of them. They've spoken their minds. So what do you feel in conclusion In 1 minute, Honorable Paul.
Yeah, like I said before, it's a welcome development. The governor must be supported by everyone because it's a very beautiful, it's a very good fight for the people. He's doing his best. But the only thing I can advise is that he shouldn't leave the fight in the hands of political sadists who will use it as a way of witch-hunting their perceived political enemies. But for the work he's doing, it's very important that he goes on with it, and he should extend it to the killer herdsmen so that we can have food enough for Edo people.
I'll move over to Dr. Andrew, your last line in the discussion before we start up with the other discussion.
Okay, my last take on this will be that Edo State government, under the able leadership of Senator Monday Okpebholo, has taken decisive measures, decisive action against cultism, and he is doing it, pursuing it with vigor, and the man is serious about, having a peaceful Edo State. Edo State is for all of us, and we must all, as a matter of fact, support the governor in this fight. And if you are a political leader, please do not offer your space, whether it's your hotel or it's your house, do not offer it for the usage of nocturnal activities. Do not, because if you use it, the government will come and demolish it, and heaven will not fall. Yesterday, I went to class to teach. I saw in a class of over 300, the people I saw in the class were not up to 50. And even up to those 50 people that are talking about, more than 90% were female, were girls. Where are the boys? They've all run away because of this menace of killings. So I want to commend the government of Senator Monday Okpebholo for taking this bold step, and I want to urge him to continue. Any house you see, any house that has been, any house that it is clear that they are using it for nocturnal activities, for cult activities, destroy it, demolish it, and then channel that land to a police station. So I commend the governor, and I thank those people for the support so far. May God bless us all.
Thank you so much. Well, you've heard all of them. They've spoken their mind. They are saying, go on, Governor. And they are praying for you, but they say thorough investigation should be made or should be done before houses are demolished. So I know that the governor or the government of the day, they have this first-class information. If a hotel owner, please have a CCTV. You should be the one to know what is going on first before someone whispers to Mr. Governor, look what is happening. You tackle it first. Do you understand? To bring this kind of, I'm not aware what is going on. Even your houses, exclusive houses, you should have a CCTV to know what is going on. It should be a spelled out rule. No gathering of cultists in this premises or in this vicinity. Let it be clear. You realize this is not a kidnapper's abode, and make sure that it stands that way, because if they do it in your own environment and information gets to authorities, the house is going down no matter what. Because Edo State must be safe, and it begins with you and I. You have to say something if you see something, all right? Any kind of move you don't understand, report, okay? And you heard the message of the top leaders of these particular groups. Anyway, I won't say much about that. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Appreciate all of you.